Hey guys, it's your boy ready for some map action and happy birthday to you. And Deep, thank you so much for liking me use account, buddy. Thank you so much. And let's go for the blast mail team ABX. So now we have this not super, we have this no restriction day today. So the blast mail day, I don't know if that's nerfed or not, or if a certain character is nerfed, but unlike Captain America and Luna Snow, Cable is not nerfed. Cable is same as it was, so it's not gonna make any kind of difference, which means we're gonna have a tough competition in both of these toons for the blast mail team. Now let's go for the Cable's build first. With the team, all styles are maxed out with 53k energy attack, 19 Odin's blessings, critical damage, rolled for 4th gear, all skills level 6, Hawk's Eye, CDP of Rage, mythic uniform with all uniform options, giving them more attack. Then we have Professor X, and also Cyclops and Professor X gives this energy attack and dodge a team up. So with the team up skill, when you use the co-op skill, he will use the 5th skill, which is the skill that you should be using for silencing the beast. So you can actually take advantage of that when your regular skill is not available. Now let's go for the build. He's missing a little bit of attack speed and 16% critical damage, so he's definitely lesser build than Cable. Energy attack is almost the same, but he's missing 8 Odin's blessing less than Cable. Now for the 4th gear is rolled for dodge, and then all skills level 6, tap enhancement rank 4, overdrive stage 12, CDP of Rage with no uniform. Why am I even going here? So there's no uniform, so he is actually missing a lot, but how his score goes, he's amazing, and he has some of these. So I'll just explain the rotation in a bit. This is not an optimal comparison in terms of build, and the cards also give you like 72.3% energy attack on cards. So this is not gonna be a perfect comparison because the Professor X build is a little bit lesser, but it will just give you an idea how Professor X is going on. So let's go for the Cable run first. Go with the Cyclops, Cable. Let's find Cable. And where is Coulson? Yo, you got Coulson. Pretty nice. So the rotation definitely is I'm gonna be using this 435 only. You can use 4325 if you don't have max critical rate. Now the second skill does not give you any major damage boost in terms of stats if you have it already maxed out, so you can just use 435. Let's switch to Cable. So 435, let's go. And look at the damage. I really like Cable. He is so easy to play if you have the stats maxed out. He is so reliable in his procs because he might be one of the characters that actually you will have a really easy time timing the procs with the inside proc and the rate proc, because there are so many hits. So even if some of the hits miss, or even if there is any chance that you might not line up the proc, the hits will line up the proc, because the hits are amazing. Hits are too many. There are too many hits to get the proc activated, so it's so damn reliable on Cable. And especially Cable is probably one of the characters which are actually boosted the scores by probably most. I think Captain Marvel is the second, and I think Cable gets the more boost from the insight proc. So if you have insight on Cyclops, definitely it's gonna be really good, and that's why I put my only insight on Cyclops as well. I just tried 4325 there, but as I've been saying, it's not gonna make a big difference in your scores. Will probably give you a little bit more in your scores, but it's not gonna be a substantial difference that you won't actually, that you can say that 4325 is better than 435, because it's the damage and the score is all depending on the accumulation that you get from the 3rd skill, and when you get it, it's from the hits that you get from the beast. So try to get hit when you use the 3rd skill. Now the roar is coming. Now I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna run around at 17. I'm gonna go 4 to that, and then we got the roar cancelled. We had the inside proc a little bit active, so we missed the inside proc for like 2 seconds. Now we're gonna line it up again, and yeah, beautifully you can just line up the proc. Even if you miss the proc by a second or 2, you can just line it up pretty beautifully, because so easier to line up the proc. Now the inside proc came 1 second earlier, but sometimes it happens, so you cannot do anything for that, because yeah, it's just the RNG of the proc timing. Now the 3rd roar is gonna come, and I really have he's pretty easy. Professor X is not as easy to play as he is because of the rotation. Now use the second skill for cancelling the roar. We cancel the roar. 3, 4, 3, 5 again. We are going it. So he's still stronger. He's not nerfed at all as not Captain Marvel. I mean, it was Luna Snow, right? Luna Snow, Minerva on the speed. Female villain day. Minerva is also nerfed. And I think as we saw in the Magneto versus Cap run, Captain Hydra is also nerfed. So Cable is not in that character, and it's actually a good thing because yeah, 6.6, 6.7, we are climbing it. We got 4 seconds remaining. Then we hit that, and boom, we got just over 7 million. Pretty nice. This was not the perfect run, so you could probably go a little bit more higher. Maybe 7.2 or 7.3 with the same build, with that 72% energy attack on cards. Now let's go for the Professor X run with the same team. Let's go, and also this is gonna be crazy. Now the rotation, it took me a long time to find out the rotation that fixes up and matches up with the with the roar timings as well. So the rotation that I'm gonna be using is gonna be 5, cancel 4, cancel 2, cancel 3, and then 1, then definitely whichever skill is available, just use the second skill and try to line up the 5, 4, 3 with the rage proc. So I will just explain it during the run. Let's switch to Dr. Him, then 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, or 5, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. You can go that as well. So then it's gonna probably activate the proc. Yes, it does. Then 5, 4, 2 or 4, 5, 2, and then tier 3. Cancel the tier 3 right there. You can cancel the tier 3 and get the damage in. It will not be cancelled. Just cancel it after 2 seconds. You can cancel it 2 to 3 seconds, and you will get all the damage from the tier 3 skill. You will not miss out any of the damage from the skill. That's a pretty good thing about him. Now I'm gonna use the 5th skill for that tier 3 skill because, as I said, just use the 5th skill whenever available. Even if you have to wait like 1 second or 2 seconds for the 5th skill to come by, just use it whenever it's available, because if you don't use it, you're not gonna be able to cancel the roar. Now we'll wait a little bit more and then use the co-op skill for cancelling the roar. And okay, we can just go 5, cancel tier 3. We just cancel the roar there and then cancel the tier 3 into that skill. Sometimes you have to, when you have to actually hold the 5th skill, and I did that because I just wanted to save my co-op skill when I was gonna cancel the roar, because now I can actually use the co-op skill to cancel any other roar. Now I'm trying not to miss out and not to hold the 5th skill, or hold the 5th skill as less as possible, and it mostly happens because of the tier 3 skill timing, only for the tier 3 skill, and I try not to hold it off even a little bit more. So I cancel the tier 3 skill after 2 or 3 seconds. You can probably cancel it after 1.5 seconds, I believe, and the tier 3 skill will not be cancelled. Now I'm going to be using the co-op skill for cancelling the roars. Now come on, use it. So we just cancel the roar, that was nice, and then go 5, cancel tier 3, get the proc, and then cancel the tier 3 into the 4 to 1, and then get the 3rd skill. And the more catchy thing in this rotation is that try to get your 3rd skill when the proc is active. When the proc is active, it makes really good points for you right there. I'm gonna cancel the skill into the 5th skill because I know that I want to use the 5th skill as much as possible, because I don't have the co-op skill available to cancel the roar. Now I'll probably have to wait for him to do one more attack, then I will use my 5th skill to cancel the roar right there. We just cancel the roar into the tier 3 skill. We got the proc, so use the 3rd skill. 2, cancel 1, cancel 4, or 4, cancel 1. It's on you that you want to use the 4th skill before the 4, before any other skill or not, because sometimes I think the defense down, sorry, the mind resistance down is not as good as the accumulation. I think the accumulation is gonna give you more points, and if you can get the accumulation first and then you hit the mind resistance down skill, which is the 4th skill, you will accumulate more damage with the all defense down, which will give you more points. Now how much we are gonna make? So 6.7, almost 6.08, it's just over 6 million, almost 6.1 million. It's pretty good score for the build, and he's pretty good. He's just not as easy as Cable, at least in my opinion. So 6.1 is not a bad score at all. We almost did 6.1. Maybe if we had gotten the proc more nicely, we could probably go up to 6.3. Now if I gave my Professor X 8 more Odin's blessings, will he be able to score 7 million plus? Yes, he will be, but it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be really hard because 8 Odin's blessings is not gonna make a million more difference. So probably 500k or 600k, or maybe at least 500k point difference if I put 8 more Odin's blessing on my Professor X. Now, if I compare the two characters, like which one is better, if you talk to me about the which of these characters is better than each other, Cable I think is easier to play, as we are already playing him, and the roar cancel was so damn easier to do in the video. We did cancel the roar with the 5th skill, but I did like 60 or 65 tries before this run, trying to cancel all the roars. And the main problem that I found for roar cancelling, then when the roar times come, when I use the 5th skill, sometimes it silences the beast, sometimes it doesn't. And I think it happens just because maybe sometimes I'm missing the attack. And also one more thing that I had the problem for roars, when I use the 5th skill 1 second before the roar, and if any of these skill effect is still going on the beast, sometimes this mind blast is applied late, sometimes it is applied early. So what happens is, if there is 1 second left on the proc, and if I use left on the roar timing, and if I use 5 to silence the roar, he will not roar at that time, because I just mind controlled him and he thinks that there is not the roar time. I don't know what the hell happens to him, and he just makes another attack even after the silence for the meteor for the second roar. When he's supposed to roar at 116 or 150, he roars sometimes at 112, because he attacks, because I sometimes mind control him maybe. And I think the mind blast, decrease mind blast and mind resist here, I think it's applying some kind of mind control for like 1 or 2 seconds. If you play in tournament battle or some game modes, you will understand that if you use any of the skill, it does actually apply kind of a mind control, and the enemy actually just stays there and applies the mind control, kind of like 1 second. It doesn't say in the skill, maybe it's a hidden mind control, or maybe the mind blast, the decreases mind blast, maybe it's just the mind control for a fraction of a second, and that fraction of a second is actually creating some issues, cancelling the roar with the roar timing. So just good luck on that. It takes so long time sometimes to get a really good run with the Professor X, really smooth run I would say. And actually the main damage you wanna get is on the 5, 4 and the 3rd skill. Now 1 point, 5th skill, as I said in the video, use the 5th skill as soon as it's available. Just switch it, no matter what skill you are actually using or trying to use. If the 5th skill is available, just tap it. There is 2 reasons for that. First, it has the damage accumulation, so you are only gonna get the damage accumulation for the 10 seconds, and it has the cooldown for 10 seconds, so you are not getting 1 or 2 seconds of extra damage accumulation. You wanna put the damage accumulation over and over again using the 5th skill. Second thing, why you should use the 5th skill, because if you don't use the 5th skill from the starting and keep using it, if you even miss the 5th skill for like 1 or 2 seconds, you're gonna miss the roar timing. You are gonna miss the roar timing totally, and you will never get it back. Or probably if you want to get it back, you will have to wait or hold the skill for like 6-7 seconds, which you don't want to do. And also for the co-op skill that you can use for the extra 5th skill, you can only use it once. The co-op skill with Cyclops, you can only use it once, so I'll just suggest using the 5th skill as much as possible. Now for the build and my suggestions for you guys for the questions, is Professor X better than Cable in terms of damage? Yes. Is Cable easier than Professor X to play? Yes. Is he easier to cancel the roar? Yes. Professor X is harder to cancel the roar. I think with this build I got 6.1, so if I build him just like Cable, the score is gonna be almost nearly identical. In my opinion, it's gonna be identical, or a little bit more or less, depending on the run, depending on the accumulation. Same for the Cable. If you accumulate more of the damage from the 3rd skill, you're gonna make maybe 200 or 500k more points. Same for Professor X. If you accumulate and get all the things under the rage proc, you're gonna make 500k more points. So it's a tough choice. If you're struggling with Cable, if you don't like Cable, you wanna switch to Professor X, yes you can. Is he gonna give you a super consistent score? Nope. Is Cable gonna give you a super consistent score? Yes. Is he gonna be better than Professor X in terms of damage? No. So it's a choice. You can. What the hell was that? I don't know. It's a choice. You can either use Cable or him. They just seem identical. They are almost identical, and you can just use it. Cable can cap. Professor X with the same build can cap. He doesn't have the uniform, so if he gets a uniform in the future, he will definitely be much stronger. Maybe stronger than Luna Snow for ABX. Just let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about the run. And yeah, the rotation is tricky, the timing is tricky. You gotta hit the finger, you gotta have fast fingers and use those skills, while Cable is so easy. But still, he is amazing character, so just let me know. You can choose between them. I myself might actually wanna stay with Cable, because he's not gonna make a huge difference in my scores even if I gave him a rage. Maybe with a CDP of energy on my Cable, maybe I wanna build Professor X. Maybe you can build just your Professor X for PvP, or maybe some World Boss Ultimate contents. But I definitely prefer ABX or World Boss Ultimate, your top choice for Professor X. So let me know what you think about the video and the rotation. And as always, if you like the content, I hope to see you again. Take care. See ya.